Welcome one and all, I'm Lord Ridiculous and today we're doing a review of an early access game come good. That game is Road Redemption. Road Redemption is a motorcycle racing action game developed by Dark Seas Interactive, which went into early access in 2013 and it releases today, the 15th of October, on PC and Mac. To date, Road Redemption has sold over 100,000 standalone copies and is widely regarded as an early access success story, whilst also being touted as the spiritual successor to the Road Rash series, which was originally published in 1991 by Electronic Arts. So basically this review will literally tell you one thing: whether or not you should buy this game or get on board as it releases today. And there will be no scoring, there will be no marks. I think they're kind of abstract notions. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so what is Road Redemption? Well, the developers say that you lead your motorcycle gang on an epic journey across the country in this driving combat adventure. Earn money by completing races, assassinations, robberies and other challenges that are in your path. As you collect loot, you'll upgrade your character, your bike and your weapons, and you've got one life to live. So the game is set in a post-apocalyptic America ruled by a brutal dictator. Without telling anyone, your gang leader has decided to head to the capital on a desperate assassination attempt. Unfortunately, it didn't go to plan and the government catch him, so it's up to you and your fellow gang members to race across hundreds of miles of dangerous highways in order to track down your derelict leader and find him before the government execute him. Currently there are 3 game modes. Campaign, which is self-explanatory, it's the story mode, but it doesn't really have a story. I'll come back to that one. Campaign Plus, which is a harder version of Campaign, which you need to unlock by completing Campaign. And Classic Mode, which lets you play levels from Campaign without any story attached or any goals beyond setting the best time and coming first. So gameplay. Well, it consists of linear progression through a series of events where you have varying requirements to get to the next stage. These fall under a number of different game types. If you don't meet a target of any of these game types, you're hit with an HP reduction, which can severely impact your longevity in the game. These game types are racing, where you need to finish in the top 3 to meet the requirement; takeout, where you need to eliminate a predetermined number of targeted enemies; time trial, where you need to finish a level in a predetermined time; and hallucinogenic chemical zone, which is a complete clusterfuck of a level where cars fall from the sky as rain would, and basically you just need to finish the level, which is kind of tough. These game modes are repeated throughout the progression of the game, but by clever use of levels and enemy combinations as well as new weapons and power-ups, this never gets stale and the game always feels fresh and exciting to me. So after you complete each round, you are assigned money and XP depending on how well you did. And then after each stage you can use this money to purchase temporary 1-round buffs like more hit strength, better weapons, etc. to help you on the path to righteous destruction. After you inevitably die, which will happen, you can then use the XP to permanently increase your character skill levels, weapon skill levels, their boosts, their health, using the skill tree. And this will help you in your next playthrough and subsequent playthroughs. This keeps you coming back for more and more and adds to the replayability, as there is a noticeable effect on your bike and your character's performance from these upgrades, and soon you'll be dispatching enemies that you wouldn't have 10-15 minutes earlier, and this will make you feel like a complete and utter badass. The game mechanics themselves have been tightened and refined since the early iterations of the game when I was playing it in really early access, maybe 2014, 2013. The driving is simplistic but fluid, and the action is fast-paced and satisfying. You start with a full tank of nitrous oxide to help you boost past foes, but this runs out very quickly. It can be incrementally refueled by eliminating other bikers, or refuel quicker by taking out bikers with the blue NOS symbol, but the more you play, the more you realise just how important the boost is and the fact that you have to conserve it at every turn. In Road Redemption you fight by shooting, whacking, slicing, dicing, exploding, grabbing and kicking, and also you can decapitate your enemies if they have no helmet on, or else you knock the helmet off them. To be honest, there isn't much you can't do in the action stakes, and I have to say that it's one of the biggest improvements in the mechanics that has happened over the early access period. So kudos to the developers there. So to the enemies, you are competing against a group of riders, other riders, and depending on the game mode, some of these will merely be there to buff out levels and make your progression harder, whilst riders with icons over them are to be beaten by finishing ahead of them or just by beating them to a bloody pulp. In the latest iteration of the game, you actually have people with like a peace symbol over their heads. These guys are your gang and they're to help you. I found in some of the later levels, when you're actually getting shot at by the other riders, these guys can shoot right back and help you greatly. You will also encounter police on your travels. They seem slightly out of place given the post-apocalyptic setting, but they do add that element of nostalgia to the game, as knocking cops off bikes is one of my favourite things to do in Road Rash. It's just so satisfying when that guy comes along with his stupid big bike, with his stupid big baton, and you chop his fucking head off. Excellent. The graphics are clean and crisp, with high performance FPS on both the highest and the second highest levels. Even in levels like the hallucinogenic chemical zone, where cars are falling all over the shop and you have plenty of enemies and you're shooting and all this kind of stuff, the frame rate didn't dip below 80 to 90 frames per second. On average, it was going between 100 to 150. With the highest level, it was going up to 120 FPS and staying relatively around the 100 mark. So I'm pretty happy with the optimization of this game. Saying that, the odd time, I'm talking once or twice in a playthrough for an hour, you will get hitching. It's not too jarring, but it's there, just so you know. The sounds are pretty much what set Road Redemption apart from all the other pretenders, with the engines roaring, tires squeaking, machine guns rattling, bones cracking, heads hitting the floor, explosions echoing, metal on metal sound as you crunch the head off someone with an axe. It's just incredible. Add to that a soundtrack which is very, very epic. From heavy metal riffs to quirky dance tunes to this Carl Orff-esque number here. It is 100% on point and adds to every nuance of this game. So to sum up my verdict, I would say that Road Redemption is every bit as exciting, as action-filled, and as iconic as its spiritual predecessor, Road Rash. It's going to find it hard to come out of the shadow of Road Rash, but I think it's doing an epic job of bringing this into the 21st century. It's $20 at the moment, $19.99. I would say it's a steal, personally. You will get 20, 30, 40 hours out of this game, and a lot of replayability. If you buy the game, I guarantee, I'll give you the Lord's guarantee, you will not regret it. So that's my verdict. Get the fucking game. Okay, so if you like this review, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit that sub button. And thank you for supporting me. Coming very soon will be a playthrough of Road Redemption, so keep your eyes peeled if you like this game. Or leave a comment and let me know what kind of content you want me to cover or review. That's it. I've been Lord Ridiculous. You've been awesome. Until next time, my friends.